It's a 200-pound vertical test.
People were using a lot of our side chairs, not off the table, underneath there. So what was happening is the arm going back. So we came up with this that simulated where you play on 100-pound motor in the front and to the back. Just go back and forth like people would be sliding. So what we found out is when we started with this, a standard construction on a wood chair like that. Wood down, what they call a water base. Well, a water base, when it dries, so it dries up, it's moist. What happens is it starts movement, it'll start cracking. So we found out when we started doing this test once, like 13,000 times to break those joints. That's not money at all. And so what we did is we went with the wood down and epoxy, which is 100% solid. 55,000 cycles that actually shared the wood valve. Then when we went with steel valve on top of it, we went up to 100,000 cycles on the top. So that's it. We can't use a steel valve because on small members like that, you don't get a lot of strength with the wood around. So if you go with a bigger member on there, you can go with the wood. Here we're doing what's called max durability test. This is the one that is now lower in the center. You do that for 120,000 cycles. What we can do is do a 40,000 cycles all the way to the left, 40,000 cycles all the way to the right, and the last 40,000 cycles back, take 2 seconds to do the twisting back to the left like that. The reason we came up with that test, back in the mid-80s, we had a chair that we imported from Germany. It had all of this that never found any problems. Then when we went to the installation to see what was happening, well, people were twisting back and forth, trying to pull files out of the cabinets. The people had twisting on their pocket back to break on it. So that's why we came up with this test right here, simulated back. Over here we do what's called all-center front seat durability test. And we came up with this test to simulate people like sitting on the front of their chair, twisting back and forth. We bought 25-pound load to each cylinder. Do that back and forth. Do that for 2,000 cycles. Let's make sure you don't have any problems with the chair seat, the chair control, or the base underneath. Now, if you guys have any questions at any time, you can go ahead and chime in. Let's go over here. 25-pound load on each cylinder. You do the rotational sequence. You do that for 120,000 cycles. The reason we came up with this test, we used to have a person that worked here who was really nervous, always squirming around in the chair, kept breaking his control over. So for him, we had actually put a quarter-inch plate of steel on there as well as the control, so it wouldn't break on him. But then several years down the road, we found out the same thing was happening out in the field. So we came up with this test here. And that technique proves you won't have a problem with the mounting of the chair control, the seat panel, the gas cylinder, or the base itself. Okay? See, over here we're doing what's called a swivel cycle. What this would call for here, we have a 225-pound load of seating position. You'll cycle a chair 360 degrees each direction. You do that for 100,000 cycles. That makes sure you won't have to come with the gas cylinder or the control itself. You see, there we're holding the chair back. Well, we went ahead and modified that test again. We had a chair where people were complaining about the back of the chair and the back of the chair. What we do is we let the chair like swing around and impact the work. When we started doing that, that chair only took 30 cycles before it went through the fabric. And what the construction of the back was, we would use plywood as a car bed, cover the fabric, and that car bed against car bed. What we did next was the radius on that plywood, or cycles, that was over 300 cycles. And then we went with the plastic that was the fabric and the plywood. 3,000 cycles, and that was it. That's what they decided. Any other questions? Okay, we'll go on to the area where we do package testing, analysis, and cases. Everyone just gather around here. Like I said, in here we do panel testing, case goods testing, and packaging testing. And then you see the wall right here, we have what we call the worst case scenario wall on the right, which is a 25 gauge steel studded wall on 24-inch center. It's actually considered a decorative wall, it's not considered a structural wall. But we do have a lot of GSA and our Government Services Administration installations where they want to hang stuff on there. So that's why we built this and did do loading tests on it also. But then you have the best case scenario on the left, where you have wood studs on 15 inches on the center. But like we also do a lot of UL loading tests in here, or UL testing, and we do that especially for hospitality, because we had an installation in New York Times Square where they had to actually put the headboards and stuff in there, and they required that UL 962, which they have a lot of requirements for electrical, but they also have structural requirements. And what we did is the requirement there is you have to put 5 times the weight of the headboard on there and it has to hold it for an hour. So what we did is we did it on this worst case scenario wall. We used Hilti fasteners, and we didn't even put it into the studs. We did it into the drywall only. And it passed that 500-pound load on the headboard for an hour without any problem. So once it did that, which that was the worst case scenario, he said we could put it on any wall we want to on the field. Now, are you all familiar with the Hilti fasteners? Or?
How much weight can you put on those steel studs?
On the Hilti?
Yeah, well, on those steel studs there. How much weight will they handle?
When we did full strength tests on there, one Hilti fastener pulling out of a 25 gauge steel stud wall, you'll probably get about 700 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. But that's something, a Hilti fastener is nice and flat, and when you pull, you're getting the full surface area where you have to pull that whole area. You know, for a lot of people,
you guys back to it, right? So the headboards were coming out.
Headboards were falling off. Go back. We just developed a instruction sheet on how to use that fastener, so we'll get that email from you. Got that in your briefcase.
but yeah, a lot of people want to use what they call butterfly fasteners, where they pop through and they pop back up. Well, those points, when you do a loading on it, pulled at an angle, so you're just getting that thing pulling through, and it'll actually rip through it at maybe like 100 pounds. So you'll
That stays flush the whole time.
just stay flush the whole time, because once you pop it through the wall, it pops up behind the stud. The same we shut down to the drywall, so it stays in a nice tight position, and then you put your bolt in there, and you can actually keep reusing it all the time. For a butterfly, when you stick the bolt out, it falls down, you have to put another one in. But that's what we did when we were looking at all the different types of fasteners for concrete block walls, steel stud walls, everything. We went down to a hardware store, just found anything that you could find at a normal hardware store. Did the testing on all of them, and this one performed the best. It's, like I said, 700 pounds without any problem.
Put that in, not
Yeah, what happens is you'll slide that up, and then these actually they pop off. These are sounding off. Well, if you want to look behind this wall here, I just did some loading tests on some cantilever knife stands. Each one of those has 300 pounds on it. And there's only one fastener at the top and one at the bottom holding it on.
Wow.
In line?
In line, yes. Since they were 16 inches long, this rail, I could only get one unless I put it into the drywall.
With the right tools, a lot can happen.
And here's what I can't,